What's up, everybody? Welcome to Creative Programming for Your Youth Ministry stream. My name is Josh. This is my friend Doug. Doug, how are you, man?
I am doing fabulous, Josh. I got to see you last night at our second stream that we did in our youth ministry.
Woo-hoo, we did
it. And Josh, to be honest, he was trying to get close to me, and I was like super into social distancing last night.
Yeah, you had this tape measure.
Yeah, well, I promised Kathy. I said I won't come back with any sneezes or coughs or anything. I'm super excited for you to guide us through this. I'm the old man who I'm just learning how to turn on a computer. But over the last couple of weeks, we've tried to figure out how do we get into our kids' houses and living rooms and take youth ministry to them. And I think we're learning a lot of stuff. So Josh,
I think we are too. And let me just say this, Doug, I know you're a boomer, but those are some sweet AirPods right there. You did well. You're flexing on everybody right now.
No, here's the deal. Here's what I learned last night is that I did an interview with Nick Foles, who's the quarterback, NFL quarterback who goes to our church. And we did a little Skype interview type thing. And I had these in and my sound was great. And he didn't have his in. And it was like all, it was Star Warsy. But in the junior high chat, so we do, for those of you who don't know, we do 2 programs every Wednesday live. We do a 6 o'clock for junior high and 7 o'clock for high school. And the chat, because I had pre-recorded it, so I'm watching the chat during my interview with Nick Foles, and the junior high kids are killing me. They're like, Doug flexing on his AirPods. They were calling them Doug Pods. And I was getting killed by junior hires. High schoolers were much nicer.
I love it. That's awesome. Well, we're definitely living in some crazy times right now. I think youth group, the way we used to do it, where everyone assembled at the church and there was some music and a teaching and maybe a fun element, those days, at least temporarily, are gone. Like, it is a brave new world of streaming, and that has led to a lot of chaos where we're doing our best to figure it out. And today we want to give you just a ton of ideas, maybe a little bit of structure for how you can handle some of the streaming challenges that you might be facing. We also just want to encourage you in this journey, whether you are tech savvy or you are not, like my good friend Doug.
Whoa! Who's the one that has AirPods?
Here's our goal.
Our friends that are listening will see, Josh, that my sound is better than yours.
Well, I do have a rich, sultry voice, so maybe this will help. Even though,
and I feel like the Clearasil. We're also seeing the 13 years age difference between you and I. I look like a catcher's mitt with a leathery face, and you look like you just came out of the womb. You have a child's face.
You know what? Leather is pay more for leather in a car or in your couch or something. So you're more valuable, and leather's beautiful. And
let's remember that.
Here we go. So we're in this whole new world right now, and I want to remind you that, man, it is a whole new world, and it requires a new set of rules. So the way we used to do things is out, and we want to just give you a ton of ideas to help you with your stream as we navigate the new world. Now, Doug and I, as he mentioned, we are totally in the thick of this right now in our junior high and high school ministry. And so we're doing our best to create memorable programs that are fun and engaging. And we really feel like there's some opportunities and ideas right now that have presented themselves that maybe could have never happened before in youth ministry without this dramatic shift. And so we want to help you move towards that shift, maybe a little faster than others who aren't concentrating in this time. Here's what I would say. Big picture, it is a time for change. Like, this is not a time for you to just do what you did in a youth room on a live stream. It's an opportunity for ideas and innovation, and maybe there's a whole nother level of connection and relationships and community that we're going to be discovering together. So if you're here and you're watching this and you're like, I need some tips and tricks and I need ideas for my live stream, then you are in the right place. Now, Doug, you love to go chase after ideas, right? That you're always collecting.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, Josh, one of the things I was thinking, and I'm sorry to put a pause on this for a second, but because DYM follows so many youth ministries, and last night, because we're Pacific Standard Time, we were way behind everybody, and we were together at 3 o'clock, so we were seeing the East Coast times. And you were showing me on your phone all the different, you know, sites that people that were going live. Just give a big picture. Like, what do you feel like you've seen the last couple weeks, just like peeking into people's youth groups?
Yeah, absolutely. What I've seen is some really neat, innovative things, and I've seen a lot of really poor quality, really good attempts, but I think we can do better then. So let me give you the good. The good is people having great conversations
Yeah.
and split screens and laughter and the chats that are filled with conversations, real intentional online digital discipleship. That is the good news. The bad news is I think we're trying to take the old way of doing youth ministry and just do it online. And honestly, we're not doing it really well. And I think there's room for a lot of improvement. And so if you're here and you're like, hey, I need help in this area, this is for you. If you are really technically savvy or not savvy at all, this video is for you. We just want to raise the bar for everybody. And if I'm honest with you, Doug, I know that you would say this as well. We also want to start the conversation and learn and beg and borrow and steal from everybody in youth ministry who's doing it well.
Yeah, absolutely. We also want to say that this is for volunteers as well. Like, as soon as we're done recording, I'm going to send this out to our volunteers, because we've been asking our volunteers to get online with their life group and their small groups. And so even in that level, there's some things that they can do to enhance the experience. So this is not just like, hey, if you're going to stream once a week, I mean, we will give you a bunch of ideas for that, but this is also for, you know, just raising the game of our volunteers as they interact with students online.
Absolutely. Well, and just know that all of us at Download Youth Ministry, Doug and myself included, we're constantly praying for you. We're encouraged by what we see, and we believe in you, and we're standing shoulder to shoulder with you as we all figure this thing out. So here we go. When I start planning a service or an online interaction, I kind of boil it down to 5 words, and I'll just give you all 5 right out of the gate: fun, connection, message, challenge, and springboard. So I wish they were all alliterated or all started with whatever. They don't. But that's how they guide.
It's an inappropriate word in a foreign language if you do that.
FCMU. Okay, yeah. All right, so here we go. Fun. Make each service unique and memorable. Like, an element of fun is really, really important in any youth ministry context. But online, then your teenagers have been processing online content for decades and years, and they're like savvy and they're native. And so they're used to fun on the internet, and we need to make sure we have fun, quick, bite-sized bits of humor to engage them as well. Obviously, games and fun is one of the things that Download Youth Ministry is the best at. And
you just said it. You just said it. I was raising my hand. Josh,
I love it.
Participate.
I thought you were just doing a little worship service there. You're swaying a little.
No, because this morning, you know, after this, you and I are going to talk through programming for next week. And this morning, I was on DYM on our own site, just going, ooh, that'll be really fun. Oh, that'll be really fun. And just pulling things down. And so easy to find it on
DYM
our site.
Was literally built for this moment. We're designed to help you with your screen. And in this new season, we're here to help you with your stream. So there you go. Yeah. I thought it rhymed. See, that rhymed. That was okay.
There you go. Yeah.
All right. So make sure there's an element of fun. Connection. What an opportunity we have to really, when people are the loneliest they have ever been, trapped in their own houses, maybe get out once a week or get into their neighborhood once a day at the most, we can create real conversations, real connection. Like, I love it how some of the youth groups that I've seen, they'll start with like a Zoom all together, like in a live area, and then they break off into small groups. That's a beautiful, powerful tool that we can only do now digitally. So very fun. Like, some youth groups are starting a watch party. If you go to Netflix watch party or whatever, Google it, you can all watch the same movie or same show at the same time. Be careful what one you choose, but those connections and relationships, the chat window. Do you remember the chat window last night in our youth ministry, Doug? It was crazy.
I couldn't even keep up with it. It was going so fast. And, you know, Mr. Old Guy here is just trying to, you know, read it as we're going. Josh, tonight we're doing with 3 other couples, we're doing this cahoots thing online. Kathy
Nice.
said, you know, do you want to do it? And I said, sure, let's do it. So I don't even know what we're doing, but I know we're meeting with 3 other couples tonight that we might have been going out to dinner with, and we're doing gameplay tonight.
I love it. Well, just remember, connection is king. Now, the
Yep.
message is the third one. The message, this is the one that has an incredible opportunity in front of it right now. I was watching a stream and there was a 50 minute message that a person was delivering. That is the old way. There is a new and better way. There's new opportunities here right now for us to teach creatively and differently, and not just to impress our seminary professors. And so just think of bite-size messages. Think of interviews like we did last night in youth group. One of my ideas I want to do next is to do a panel, an online panel. When our brainstorms, we're talking about how do we get student testimonies and a volunteer testimony and quicker, shorter teaching snippets for the attention span of the screen, because it's different than the attention span of the seat. So the teaching time, we'll give you some ideas in a minute, but I think that's really big. Challenge.
Hey, Josh, can I interrupt you there? I'm just thinking of, let's just go as real as 12 hours ago last night. So Josh and I finished youth group, and you know, we met to try to talk through next week. And as we're driving home, I just had this idea, and I texted him through Siri, and I said this: I may be wrong, but I don't think we're going to be able to get a ton of biblical content into video unless it's very bite-sized, short pieces. I don't think teenagers are going to watch speakers teach on video, because that doesn't seem to scratch where they itch. And then I just said, I think we ought to move people towards our downloadable, kind of grow on your own, and use our video as maybe less of a content message delivery system and more of the connection. Because, you know, truth be told, there's better speakers out there than me that our kids can go, hey, if I want to talk on fear, I can go listen to 100 better speakers than Doug. But we provide something else. Now, I'm not saying we don't provide the teaching time or a challenge or to help them grow in their faith. I love what Josh has been saying to me and to our team is like, let's don't take youth group and just throw it into video. So I love that point, Josh.
That's exactly the word. So the fourth one is challenge. Just give your students ways to grow on their own. Now, this has been a goal of youth ministry for a long time. We've wanted kids to grow on their own, but oftentimes we've helped them to grow independence on a program. And so what an opportunity we have right now when the assembling at the church is not really a thing, that we can actually give kids, you know, a YouTube video to watch before next week, a downloadable resource. Again, Download Youth Ministry has tons of these resources ready to go, social media, all of that. But don't meet without giving them a further challenge. And then finally, a springboard. I know these are kind of connected, but on social media, help your kids like be challenged to go serve in the neighborhood, to make a difference, to invite a friend into the via social media to the Zoom call or the YouTube live or whatever it is next week. Like the barriers to showing up at a small group for the first time or your youth group for the first time, the barriers are so high. But you know, that's all changed. The only barrier right now is a click. And like, come with me to this thing and you're going to love it and you can win prizes and it's fun. And there's like, and if you're lonely or you have anxiety or fear, like there are no barriers anymore. So use this challenge time as a springboard to help them in the week as well.
That's really good. That's good, Josh. I wish I'd have said that instead of you, because that's really wise. I mean, that's a great point about barriers, because you know, we're all the time we're trying to think, how do we get kids to come to youth group?
Yeah.
And now it's just a click away. And for many of them, you know, we were seeing in the chat last night, is like, I want to go back to school. I miss seeing you. A lot of kids saying, I miss Mariners.
Yeah.
You know, like
how
that's
fun
the
is
name
that?
of our church. Like, I miss going to church. So that was great.
I love it. Well, dude, let's pivot into like some real practical ideas to take the stream to the next level. So we got some principles. Let's go after like, how do we actually do this? So here's an idea for you that you can take and use right away. What if you were to theme the stream? So instead of just saying, hey, we're getting together at youth group and we're doing the same old stuff and doing the same 50-minute message that we did, what if you just were a little bit creative? And Download Youth Ministry is going to have tons of resources in the days and weeks and, well, maybe months ahead to help you do this kind of stuff. But what if you said, hey, we're going to do a pillow fort night? Fortnite's actually really popular. Maybe you could tie them together. I don't know. Where you tell stories with flashlights, or you build like a fort in your room. Like, we're in their room when they're watching this, or they're in their house. Like, there's opportunities to say, let's teach creatively and differently with a theme than we ever have before.
I love it. I love it. The theme of the stream just got me thinking a little bit different, because this is my second one today. So I have a different stream that I'm thinking about right now. I may.
Well, hey, let me give you an idea. Let me just
out.
Yes, see you, Doug. let me. What if you did, where you're talking about whatever, a miracle of Jesus turning the water into wine? I don't know what you're doing, but you give everybody a glass of water at the beginning of the stream, and the first person that has to go to the bathroom, that can't hold it anymore, they lose, or they have to do the wheel of consequences or something. Like, just have some fun with a theme. Like, what if there was a pajama night where they're kind of in their room anyhow, throw on your onesie and, watch in your pajamas, or bring your favorite treat, or bring a stuffed animal and have somebody share, here's the story of my favorite stuffed animal as well. There's great things you can do to bring classic games and theme the night. Like, what if you did a board game night? Like, bring your favorite board game, or you play a game together. Here's a bad idea I was thinking about as you're theming your stream, or, whatever. What if you did like, go be the light of the world, and everybody had matches and candles? That's a bad idea. Don't
Yeah, that's a bad idea. Last night, Kathy and I were watching the 11 o'clock news, and there's a local doctor who, when he's off work, he's actually going to his house, and he's living in the garage in a tent. And they were talking about how he didn't want to contaminate his house because there's kids and his parents live in the house. And my mind went to, that's where you could do an overnighter. Like, you could have an overnighter. Exactly. And everybody just sets up a tent in their garage, and you could, I was so intrigued. I'm so intrigued seeing in other people's houses right now. That's just one of the interesting things about the new world that we live in, is that you are actually invited into kids' houses.
Well, and I'm in my house right now. You're in your house right now too. So you're in this moment, you're in our homes as well, which is pretty great.
And we built a little house for our granddaughter right there.
I love it. Having your granddaughter over. That's awesome. So fun. Well, hey, let me just throw out a couple. You can go as formal or as informal as you want. Like, if you wanted to do like a countdown timer, you can, there's tons of download Youth Ministry for countdown timers. Or you could just go to Google and say 3-minute countdown timer, click full screen, and you instantly have a countdown timer. So if you want to go as formal or informal, just say, hey, we're starting the game in 3 minutes, and throw on a timer. But the best part about these is that the conversations, as soon as somebody jumps on your stream, the conversations immediately start to happen. The connections start to happen. Encourage your life group leaders. Man, if you're a life group leader, be in the chat, be in the comments of everything that's happening in your youth ministry. It's a great chance to connect with your kids.
You know what I would do is I'd do a countdown timer. If I'm a volunteer, I'm doing a countdown timer. I'd set my computer in front of the microwave and just put, 3 minutes on the microwave, or, coffee pot or something like that, and just have the countdown go through that time. Simple, different, unique. It's in my house. Yeah.
I love it. Well, hey, here's a few game ideas, a few thoughts as you take your stream to the next level too. Instead of just saying,
would you quit saying stream?
Well,
quit saying stream.
You drank too much. You drank. When you are online with your students, stream. I wish I had like a waterfall that I could play right now just to push you to the next level. That'd be awesome. Let me riff a little bit. Like, what if you're playing a game that has multiple choice? So you could have kids make the letters with their hands when you can see them all in the Zoom. So you have like the A and B and whatever, have them figured out. You could do multiple choice where they're actually pointing at the correct answer, which could be really fun as well. You could have them scribble an idea down and hold it up to the camera. with their choice for a trivia game. Just get them interacting. Like, this is the first time in youth ministry history where everybody has a camera in front of them. And every kid wants to be the star of the show, especially our junior high streams. Oh my goodness. Doug, I was in a Zoom call with a life group maybe 2 days ago. There were kids in costume. There were kids intentionally eating like Pringles to be as loud as they could. It was absolute chaos. So
that says junior high all over it.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm getting
well,
a big wake up into this world too. That's for sure. But what if you did a fun game where you're like, no, go ahead.
Well, I was going to say this morning, when I was looking at something for next week, DYM has this, we actually have 3 of them, but it's like scary, creepy or scary or something like that. And it's Easter bunnies. And I thought, next week is, April, we can be doing that. And I just imagine kids, they're voting and they're holding up their own. I mean, as simple as they have 2 sheets of paper. We set them ahead of time, have
paddles they hold up or whatever. Sure.
Whatever. Yeah. Creepy, scary. Anyway, super simple.
I love it. What if you even did like a doodle contest where, hey, we're talking about Jesus calming the waves in the storm. And so I'm going to give you 30 seconds to draw this. And again, use the microwave countdown timer if you have to, and then let people show off their drawings, like simple, funny way for you to connect with students and let them have a voice in your youth ministry as well. Shake it up a little bit, do a snack attack. Hey, we're all going to eat snacks during life group tonight. And so 30 seconds to go get your favorite snack and bring it and then show it in the camera, or even maybe tell us why it's your favorite. And then we can all be eating together, right? Simple, easy.
How about who has the most toilet paper in the house? And,
yes. I just found some toilet paper.
You gather it.
Well, and let's take that idea to the next level, right? So here's 100 rolls. Well, who can make the tallest TP tower in their house? And so let them stack toilet paper rolls as high as they can. It would be hilarious and fun.
Well, and then take pictures of it. Use those pictures on social media to, increase your next time together. Like, show some of that. It's also good for your people in your church to see it as well. Like, oh, our kids are meeting.
Exactly. Well, and a great thing to post right on social media for sure too, and be like, this is hilarious. Maybe you'll even start the next viral trend. So what if you also worked on not just games and the creativity there, and we'll help you with that through Download Youth Ministry, but what if you also just created fun, special, memorable moments? Like an example that we're noodling on right now is to do this is a little old school, but MTV had a show called Cribs. And you would go behind the scenes into people's houses that we're also fascinated by. And they would show you like how rappers would live, like show you their crib, their house. So I thought, Doug, can I put you on the spot and we play Cribs with you right now? This is DYM Cribs. Show us some part of the house. You want me to
show you the bathroom?
Show me first. Yeah, show me like an embarrassing part of your house. Show me some of your mess, a mistake. What do you got? Like, just be real right now. What do you got?
Well, we do have I wish I could say I put that together, but Kathy put that together. But I will show you this.
A little too complicated for you.
We have this picture on the wall that Kathy asked me to hang, and this is embarrassing. But I'm not very techie. Not techie. I'm not very techie either, but I'm not very handy. So I had to find a stud, and I don't know how well you can see this, but I hole. Can you see these, Josh?
No,
I can't
zoom
tell.
in a little more. I can't see it. Oh my goodness.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
no.
10, 11 holes.
Douglas.
And it just is covered by that piece of TJ Maxx art.
No way. Okay, but see, this is a great moment because everyone right now watching you is laughing at their own failures, and they all have that moment in their house that they have done. So I've perfectly curated my area as well, right? But I took down a mirror that was right there. And because my kids are home online schooling, I put towels under my door so that they couldn't hear or interrupt the stream. So anyhow, sorry. said stream again. I apologize.
All right.
Here's the idea. Let's pool our ideas together. Look on Download Youth Ministry. We're going to provide tons of resources to help you in this area. The whole point of these activities is to encourage interaction. Like right now, everybody has a microphone. Everybody has a camera. It's not just the youth pastor up front speaking anymore. That interaction and community is next level. Let's talk a little bit about worship too, because worship is an area, if I'm honest with you, I'm walking into really slowly. Like, I think a little bit less is more right now. A super meaningful song. I don't know. Like,
Yeah, we discussed this last night, Josh, because we're next week we're going to try one, and we're going to really focus on the lyrics. And here's kind of the thinking behind it. What American Idol and, you know, The Voice, all these things have made just music critics of everybody. And the fear a little bit is you put a kid up there to sing a song or do something like that, they're going to, you know, the potential of them getting slammed is pretty high. And so, you know, and sometimes people that, you know, it actually, we go with the intention of it being worship, but it actually is, it's blasphemy. So it just
well, hopefully the one song we try this week is helpful. But, you know, on our first week of live streaming, we tried, we put a video up and said, just reflect on the words and scripture and music of this video. That was helpful. What if you put the countdown timer on the screen and said, you know, or behind you or whatever on the microwave, and said, hey, we're going to guide you through drawing this passage, or pray through these things that we've just talked about today, or write a story in your notes app on your phone and share that with us about this topic or theme. So, you know, put on a playlist of music, and instead of having people performing right now, maybe, I don't know, the song that's on my heart this morning was 10,000 Reasons by Matt Redman. And the words are really beautiful for a time like this. So in my mind, I'm already going, could I play that song and ask them to, I don't know what the rights are to that song. We'll help you navigate that too on DYM. We'll find out. But like, I want my kids to sit and process a little bit and journal a little bit. And I think there's opportunities to do that too. Last night we were talking about having students each record Psalm 23, and then we would cut it up into where a bunch of our students would read through a psalm together, and then we would play that video. So I think there's ways to do worship that are new and different and fresh. Again, the opportunity moment, it's here right now. So there you go.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about teaching.
Go ahead. Theologically, I'd just say theologically, worship is how we live our lives as well. It doesn't mean that we have to sing a song and that's worship. You know, worship, you know, the scriptures say that we worship when we listen to the word. We worship when we are giving. You know, we haven't even thought through tithing and giving. And so worship isn't just singing. So let's think bigger than that. Okay, go to teaching, Josh.
I love it. Let's talk teaching. Again, I would think little shorter moments of content are really where the magic is at online. If you're sitting in front of it, I mean, maybe there's room for some deeper teachings on a designated video, but in your main youth ministry streams and online services, I would really push you into smaller chunks divided up with some creative content as well. So an example would be to get interaction during the teaching. You know, last night we said, post an emoji about how you're feeling, and the emojis filtered through the chat. But now as a pastor, I can go back to those emojis, and I'm watching the chat and I'm going, that emoji says something about that kid's heart. And I'm going to follow up with a quick note, a quick text, and just make sure that they're okay. Or, hey, I noticed that you posted the emoji with the face mask, the breathing mask. Are you a little fearful right now? Or how are things going? Or you posted the emoji of you like pulling your hair out, and how are things going with your parents or whatever? Like, I think emojis can be a powerful tool in your teaching, even using numbers like a scale. Just instead of saying, how's everybody doing? Rate your feelings or thoughts or this teaching on a scale of 1 to 10, like put a number in the chat. And those can be really powerful ideas as well. Fields, what do you got for creative teaching ideas?
Well, I think you can go old school, you know, and go back to, you could do flannel graph. That's just fun because it's so different. I think you could do object lessons, you know, whether it's plastic cups or candy or toilet paper, flashlights, let them use things from their house as part of the teaching.
Absolutely.
Next week we're talking about having some students just kind of do where's my phone? Doing the selfie recording, little video testimonies. Again, Josh and I have just been playing with this idea of, like, if you want to teach through the book of John, great, teach through the book of John and put that on, YouTube for them to access on their own. I
Right.
don't think most kids, after being online all day long, want another, 30-minute sermons. But I think we can be creative with how we do it. We're going to use some student testimonies, some leader testimony, maybe even some parent testimonies, and show those throughout our little time together.
I finally figured out how to do like a candle illustration without burning the house down. As you were talking, I thought, what if you used your flashlight? And then if you're looking at the Zoom, everybody would have their flashlights out. It actually could be kind of cool. So anyhow, and that is much better for fire safety. In Zoom, there's a great tool. You can use the whiteboard app. Like the whiteboard app, and draw and diagram, like it's just new. And you could just grab a piece of paper, I guess, and do the same thing. But there's a new opportunity to create engagement with teaching that unlike anything we've had before. And so honestly, below this video too, there's a ton of links to how you can do this on Zoom, how you can use Zoom and YouTube Live and all the different tools that are out there, how you can be creative in your teaching. We've got a whole database of stuff to help guide you. This video is kind of just going to be a way to point you to a whole bunch of resources that are out there. Now, last area is small groups. How can we be creative in small groups? And I'm not going to lie to you, this is where some of the biggest opportunities are, because relationships, especially in a time of isolation, matter so much. I'm in this chat last night. Kids were saying, I miss church. I miss you. I miss seeing you. I miss your high fives, whatever. The physical connection, all of it matters so much. And so as you leverage technology, not even just in the stream, but your little selfie video that you're so embarrassed to take, like that video to that kid could matter so much to them. Like, I was thinking about you. I was praying for you. I wanted to follow up on the prayer requests that you sent in last night. Like those moments as a small group leader, you have never been given more of an opportunity to pastor than in this moment in the crisis that we face right now. What a beautiful opportunity we have in front of us.
Yeah, and what we're trying to do is in our youth ministry is we're trying to create like a 30-minute program. And then Josh went a little over last night on his time, so it was more like 38. But we're trying to do a 30-minute program and then move our leaders to their small groups, on FaceTime. This actually happened last night. Mandy, one of the gals on our team, leaders on our team, she's doing FaceTime afterwards and we had her on stage for our live show, and she's got her small group all FaceTime and like this. And I said, Mandy, can I join your group? And so I took her phone, socially distanced. And this one girl in the small group goes, "Oh my gosh, Doug, my mom, Doug's in our small." And this mom comes running in.
No.
And, oh yeah, and she just starts, like, oh, it's fun. I mean, Josh, I'll show you the voicemail she left me this morning. The mom left me this voicemail, but it was so cute to see these girls, like, all of them on their phone, engaging with Mandy after our little service.
I love it. Well, here's the deal. There are great opportunities, and Download Youth Ministry is here to journey with you and give you ideas. We're taking the best from the whole country, collecting them on our site. A ton of it is absolutely free. Tutorials, guides. Download Youth Ministry is producing tons of videos to help you do the highest level stuff to create great moments of fun, to help you connect in relationship, to take your message to the next level, to challenge and springboard students in their faith and in their walk with Jesus. I really do believe that this is a moment that is going to both change the country and it's going to change youth ministry forever. And so we will journey with you in this idea. And hopefully the few minutes together with Doug and I and seeing all the holes in his wall has been helpful to you. And we're excited to continue that journey in the months ahead.
Yeah. Hey, we're in it with you. I think because California was shut down quickly, we might have got a a head start um, a little bit because we turned quickly, like the day it was shut down, and
Yeah.
we created youthgroup.downloadyouthministry.com, and we have found a lot of new users and a lot of youth workers who didn't know about Download Youth Ministry, who is now familiar with it. Other youth ministry organizations are now sending people to us because we've just been grabbing everything that people are doing and putting it in one spot to help you win. And that's what Josh and I, the reason we keep doing this is because we want to help you win, be more effective as a youth worker, because that's it's pretty much what we've done our whole lives is youth ministry. So grateful for you. Thanks for what you do. Don't give up. Josh and I are going to be here for you to help you if you need help. And so we're going to learn with you as well. Let me pray for everybody. Jesus, what a treat it is to be with men and women all over the world, just to talk about youth ministry and how we can do it in this new time, in this new setting. We feel fearful, we feel inadequate, we feel judged. There is so much going on in our hearts, and we pray for our friends, our team, our tribe, these people that love teenagers and love you. Will you give us a wisdom that is greater than our own? Will you teach us new things about ourselves and our youth group? And may we connect with kids in this very virtual and real way. We ask for your help. We beg for it in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. That was great. Hey, Doug, give me a virtual high five.
There you go.
All right. Socially distant.
All right.
We'll see.
I gotta go. I gotta go to a different streaming now.
So we're gonna end this stream. Bye.
Yeah.